Hey guys, welcome back to my studio. I bet you guys can guess what we're going to be making today. Flowers, little paper flowers. Okay, now I don't have a lot of paper punches. I don't have a lot of punches to make flowers. I do have a lot of dies, but I didn't want to use a lot of dies. I did use a few. So I actually only have these two flower punches. That's all I have. I have a bunch of leaves, um, but I didn't have a lot of paper punches. So with just these two, I was able to make, let me see which ones. I'm going to set them off to the side so I can show you which ones I was able to do. Okay, so yeah, all of these. All of these were done with just these two punches. Okay. That's all it, sorry about the glare on that. It's shiny. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys or talk a little bit about what I made, and how I changed them up so that they all look just a little bit different. And then we'll make a couple today. So let's start with this big one, okay? Sorry about the glare. This one was, I used on this, I used on this one. Of course, these two you can see, and I just threaded the ribbon, and I used brads on this one, and this one also has a brad in it, and I just threaded the ribbon. This one I actually used a die tip for the shape, but it's the same philosophy as those. You just make a slit. You can actually see it here on the white one. Make a slit, and then you run your ribbon up through it and just kind of weave it around. And then you can put a little flower in the center. You can just, both of these had little flowers. And then the brad, and this one I just used lace and a ladybug brad. Okay, so these I'm gonna put this one off to the side. So these two were just straight up that with a ribbon threaded through it. And this one and this one was the other ones that I made with this. Now in the center, this one has this in the center, but the outer leaves is this one. And what I did with this one was, after I punched it, let me show it to you on this one. After I punched this out, I slit two slits on each of the petals, and then I folded them up. Let me see with my tool here, and I just pinched them so that they curved like this. Sorry about my phone. And that's how, yeah, I just put three flowers together, three of these, and pinched it, and then added a center decor. And then this one, I also did three, but you notice the edge is a little different. See how the edge is different? I took my scissors, my fancy cut scissors, and I just went on the edge like that and just snipped off the edge, and it made it look like a heart shaped. And then the center was just this. In fact, we're going to make something like this one today, so you'll see it. Okay, so then so that was the big punch that I made. The small punch was all of these ones as the small punch. This one right here. So most of the time I use three, but this one I only use two. And as you can see on this one and this one, and I used little uh, pearls. So I use these little tiny pearls that are flat on the back, and they're perfect for that. And then the brads, I have a whole box full of these fancy brads that I used. And then also, you'll also see that on this one, I used a button. So in this one, I used a bead. So it depends on what you're looking for. There, you can put anything in the center, anything at all, and it looks so pretty. Okay, so these ones, this was only two layers, 2 layers, and 2 layers. That was all that these ones had, was just 2 of these. And I did the same trick where I punched it, and then I took the leaves and rolled them so that kind of like fold them in half. Okay, and I think that's okay. That's all I was going to say about those. These ones are also from this punch, but you can see on here that the centers are all different. And I'll show you, I'm going to be showing you that too. I used fringe. I made fringe and rolled it and then spread them out to make those. So it's just a piece of paper, and I'll show you how to make those. The other thing was, these are tissue paper, okay? And I just, as you can, I'll show it to you. Let me get it. Okay, this one was not tissue paper. What's tissue paper? It's pattern paper. So it was this pattern paper, and I just kept folding it over onto itself, and then I punched it. And that created a whole bunch of these. And the best trick with using these, what you do with these is you lay them, whenever you stack them, and then you punch a hole in the middle, and that's whenever you put your brad. There is a brad, see? There's a brad right in the middle on each one of these. This one, I wanted it so that you could see the brad because it was pretty. And these two, the brad is just closed up inside there. And so the best tip when making these is to do it individually. Pull up each and every layer. I left the layers here so you can see what I'm talking about. See how the layers? Pull up each layer and crumple it. And then after you go through all these layers, then push them back out a little bit to get your shape, whatever shape you want. This one also, I didn't crumple as many as you can see because I like this one just like that. This one looks more carnation, like a carnation, I think. And this one too. And okay, now, oh, I've got a few more here to show you. I have a lot to talk about. So this is a simple die. I used a die. This one. I just used this. In fact, I was going to show you here. I'll show you, bring it out and show you this, the construction of this one. So I took a die and I just cardstock, and then you go through and you score. Now I just used what I already had, so I scored right in between this big one, and I scored right here on this small one. So I don't even know what that was. I didn't measure it exactly. It's probably maybe a quarter of an inch, and I just scored it all the way around. And then after it's all scored, you glue it together end to end like this, and then you just flatten it, and you get this lovely, you can kind of see it in the back. You get that. You just push it down until it's flat. And then I just punched a circle out and put it right there and added a button. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay, so set that one off to the side. Now I wanted, this one is vellum. Okay, we are going to be making another vellum flower today. But this one has a lot of tricks in it. And that's kind of what I wanted to show you in this video, with some tricks. Because a lot of us have things and we don't even think we can use them in multiple ways. So first, let me jump back to this one. This one, let me just punch it so you can see it. I'm just going to punch it right here on this white one. Okay, so here's this. Get that out. Okay, so that's stuck. Anyway, okay, so here's the white one, right? But I wanted it to match this shape. So instead of just being rounded. So what I did was put this back in here. I just slid it in there, lined it up, and it created, this, which is a larger version of this one. So put it over this way, I can see it better. So yeah, so it's just a larger version of that one, and it's just one punch, and I can make 2 different flowers out of it. Okay, so jumping back to, I'll need that in a minute. So back to some other tricks. Okay, so maybe you don't have a lot of leaves. Maybe you don't have a leaf die. This is what I did. I know it's going to be kind of funny, but I took this snowflake. I think it's a snowflake. It's not really a snowflake. What is this? I called it a snowflake, but it's not. It's something. I'm not sure. Anyways, you can. I'll take out the die, but you can actually see it in the picture better. I looked at this and I saw a bunch of leaves all the way around this die. So I'm like, why try to find a punch that can make dies when I have this one die that can do it, make multiple? So I just punched this in green, and you can see all of these leaves in the back. See, I just glued them to the back of each one of these. They made little bits, the negatives out of right here. That's this. See how this is a negative, and it just made these little twiggies. And then the bigger ones, some of these I just snipped off. So yeah, so you can see even the little ones. And this one is one of the bigger ones right here. You can see it right there. That matches that. Well, it's backwards, but it's still the same. And I didn't like the berries, so I cut some of the berries off. So yeah, that's one die, and it made all those leaves. So sometimes we have to think outside of the box a little bit. See, here's another one I did with a bunch of the leftovers. Just combined it on here. So that's what I was going to talk to you about with this one. I didn't have, I saw this flower, and I didn't have a heart that made this shape, because that's what this is a heart, right? And you fold the heart in half. But I did have this die that says, it says I do on it. And I'm sure there's a trick to being able to get this shape without cutting this part out, but I didn't know what it was. So maybe put tape over it. I don't know. But so I just wanted the shape. But after punching it out, I liked the design in it. And so that's what you can see is the design. But I folded it so you can't really see the words I do. And the leftover eye right there is these. I just glued them in backwards right here in the middle. And I think that made a really decorative, unique looking flower. It doesn't look like everybody else's flower, because it's not. You created it. So there's that one. And I also wanted to share with you some other tips. As soon as I find it, there it is. Okay. This and this. This is just one of these longer paper punches. And then this one is one of the corner paper punches. And you can take your flowers like this one. Okay, it's not lined up very well, so forget the mistakes. But you can see what I'm talking about here. The design, you can have a design in each one of your petals. And you just put your petal in like this. Just line it up and punch. And you can see I did not line it up. I was in a hurry. Okay, so that one, and then this one, which actually I'm going to use this one today on the vellum, because I think it kind of looks like lace. So, and again, you just put it. I just slid this in and punched right on each one of the leaves or the petals. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside. And I already told you about the decorative scissors. Another tip is on this one for the vellum. I did dip the edges of this into some Distress ink, and then I applied some of the micro glaze to each one of the petals. So it kind of gives it more of a shimmery look than just straight up vellum does. Like this doesn't have any. So you can see kind of the difference. This one is like almost made it a little bit darker. I'm not sure you can see the difference on the film, but it's there. It kind of gives it more of a crystallized look. So, okay, now let's get on to it. I guess I'm going to show you some other things that I'm going to make. I'm going to make something like these, only with the something like this, but I'm going to change up the middle. Okay, so what I have done, I kind of already got these assembled, so that, sorry about that. Move the stuff out of the way. I didn't want to take up a whole lot of time today. Okay, so I've already started. What I did was I took, this is where I took that big one, and then I rotated it and then punched, and I got this shape and this shape. So I need another one. Now I'm going to show you, see how the petals are bent? I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to take this tool that my daughter bought me. She bought me this kit. I haven't figured out how to use it except for this tool. I'm just going to place it right there, and I'm going to take it and pinch just like that. So I'm going to lay that piece of paper right over top of the tool and pinch. Now I did try this backwards where I tried to hold it here and pinch with this hand. It doesn't work. Pinch, hold with your left hand and pinch with your right onto the tool. Yeah, it'll save you a lot of frustration, let me tell you. So, okay, just going to quickly do this. You can, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Just like that. Okay, so, my desk is a mess, guys. A mess. And I've been wanting to get organized, right? But I don't know quite where to start. I feel like I'm kind of stuck. I'm just going to bend these up now just a little bit here. Yeah, I kind of feel stuck. So I was thinking, how do you guys organize? I was thinking I would start like, I usually do it like top to bottom type of thing, but I don't think that is going to work in my craft studio. I think I may have to, do you start at your desk? Maybe cleaning my desk? Maybe my floor. I don't know. I've got to think about it. Okay, the next thing I did was I cut one of the smaller ones and wanted this one, and I did that 3. I only made 2 of the white. Sorry, I should tell you, 2 of the white, and I did 3 of this color in green, yellow, and 1 in green. Okay, and what I'm going to do is take these and cut them in half. Okay, like that, and cut these 3 in half. Good. And then there's like an excess pieces on the edge, so I'm just going to cut them quickly. Snip them right off. Now I've got yellow laying around. Yeah, I would love to have this organized by Christmas, but I know that's unrealistic. So, and I'm not really sure where to put the stuff. I've got way too much, and I don't really want to give away anything at this point. I kind of want to, I like everything that I have is what I'm saying. I've already kind of decluttered. I just need to find a good storage solution for everything. Okay, so put those, there we go. All right, now this is the fringe I was talking about, okay? Now my daughter bought me one of these, I forgot now what it's called. It matches this tool thingy, you do that kind of twirly thing with it. And it came with this size, but this size was a little bit too tall for this project. So I actually just cut off like an eighth, or not an eighth, a quarter. And then I took my scissors and I just snip, snip, snip all the way down. So you can see that made a fringe. So now I'm just going to assemble these and get me some glue. Let's see. I'm going to add the green one at the end. So okay, I'm going to offset these just a little bit to give it, there we go. Now I'm just going to take the yellow ones and stick them right on the inside here. Just like this. Yeah, I know everybody's got their own organizational style, and I get so overwhelmed trying to go and watch everybody else do stuff. and it's kind of nice, but not even close to what the look that I want. I'm kind of more, I like the clean look, and it takes me a while to find somebody else who has a clean look that's not professionally looking, I guess you could say. Okay, I got one more left. Let's just go ahead and add it right here. What do you say? Put you down. Okay. Now I haven't done this one yet, so this is kind of my first time doing this one. All right, now maybe I should have bent the edges up a little bit more on this one. It's gonna kind of look like a daisy, I think, when I'm done. Now I'm just put that needle back in there. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and curl this. I think I can do it. Let me get it started. I'm not sure. Can you guys see? Probably not. Probably my fingers are in the way. Now, if you don't have this tool, I forgot to tell you, you can easily use your awl. I used it quite a lot in this before I realized that I had this tool. So I'm just going to try and wind this up. Okay, I'm just going to add a bit of glue right here on the end. Should have added some glue at the beginning too, but you can also add glue as you go along if you want. Okay. Pull that off. I'm just going to add glue. Oops, what's that? What is that? You're a glue skin. I don't want you. Okay, I'm just going to add this straight into the middle. And press down. Needle. I'm going to hold this in place for a second. Last time I didn't hold it and it kind of ended up going everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to set that off to the side to dry for a minute. It wouldn't hurt to make another one. That would have been cool too. I didn't even think about that. I could have done a different color. That would have been nice. All right, put that off to the side. And the next one I wanted to do was get these petals and collect them real quick. Oh, I forgot the green on the bottom. Okay, I'll come back and add that green to the bottom of that flower. All right, now I got my vellum. So what I got was 3 big ones and 3 of the medium size. And I used this, as you can see, for the edges, and I inked up the edges. I'm going to use Victorian Velvet. So let's see. I could ink before I punch, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and punch. Sorry. So sorry I dropped that. Let me scoot those off to the side for a second. There we go. It's better to punch these onto a piece of paper because I have trouble picking them back up later. So I'm just going to line this up and punch it like that. Yeah, so if anybody wants to help me out with my organization, like how do you guys store your stamps? And how do you guys do your die cuts? Because right now my die cuts are just in a bin, and sorting through that bin all the time to look for something is a pain. There's got to be something a little bit better organization wise for die cuts, right? I actually haven't had my die cut machine that long, so I'm kind of still what you'd say a newbie at using die cuts, which is another reason why I wanted to bring out my punches. I feel like since I got my die cutting machine, I rarely use my punches anymore, and I kind of wanted to bring them out and show them some love because I still do appreciate them. and they still do a lot of work for me. It's just I forget to bring them out. Okay, so I'm going to set this one off to the side. I think I'm done with that. And I'm going to ink these up real quick. Let's see, doesn't matter which side, I guess. Oops. Got some extra pieces there. I was actually thinking about doing a video, and probably this won't come about until January, but I was thinking about doing a video on all of the excess materials that I have. Whenever you first start out, you just start grabbing stuff that people talk about and you think, oh, I need that, right? So I now have an excess amount of certain products like window envelopes. I mean, it's just I have a whole Tupperware bin of window envelopes. No reason, just do. And I'm gonna go ahead and ink up the small ones too. And yeah, I think that it would be best if I went through and saw what I had excess of and um, use it, because it's just taking up space. And there's no reason for it to be taking up so much space. Oh, packaging. That was another thing, like brown paper packaging. I have a lot of that. My kids and my husband's um, was like, oh, they go to get an Amazon package or whatever, and they're like, do you want this? And I'm like, yes. I got to learn to say no. So it's just so hard whenever you know how good and yummy it is. Okay, so put that off to the side. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is curl these up. So what I'm going to use is I have these tools. I've had these forever, these Fiskars um, embossing points. So I'm just going to use the big one right here. And what I do is I take a piece of foam or styrofoam or something, and I just push down right there so that it crinkles up. See? Now on some of the other ones, I didn't do that. I went around in a circle like this in order to get the look that I was looking for. So not all the time do I do it this way, but this is the quickest and easiest. So you just push down right where you want the bend to be, and yeah, like that. Okay, one more. And okay, like that. Now put them off to the side, and we're going to work on this small one. What we're going to do with the small one is put the petals in like we did before. So I'm just going to go like that and crinkle, kind of fold them just a little, not too much on this one actually, because I'm going to do something else with the middle of these instead of just leaving them. In fact, now that I'm doing this, I'm not sure I needed to do this. Yeah, now I'm not so sure I needed to do this at all. Because, let me show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and glue it to that one. So it pinches together like this. Now you do have to hold this for a second because see, it just comes right open. See, vellum takes a minute to stick. Excuse me. Okay. Now I'm just going to continue to do that all the way around. Glue, glue, and pinch. I'm not sure what I should do with the middle of this one yet. Probably a pearl. Probably a pearl in it. Okay. Might not need anything in the middle. Okay, glue and stick. It's kind of making like a star shape. Okay, glue, 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 and pitch. Hold that in. Now, okay. Yeah, now see, this one's supposed to be the same as that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch this one, kind of curl this one up a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. Just curl it up just a little tiny bit, just enough to put this in right in the middle here. Use my tool to hold it. Hold it. Okay. I'm going to let that dry for just a second. And while that dries, I'm going to curl the edges of this. I'm going to wrap it around. I'm kind of, hopefully you guys can see. I'm just going to push it down and roll it so that the leaves bend outward. That one didn't do very good. Kind of like curling your hair. I'm horrible at curling right on the ends. I have to do it over and over again to get it right where I want it to be. Okay. Last one. Okay. Now I'm going to push down on this one as well, gently, like that. Okay. And that one's still drying. Yeah, that's still drying. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the roll these ends as well, shall we? I think we should. Whoops, that didn't roll very well. Maybe I'll get make it a little bit bigger roll. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Now I like to do them in different have the petals fold in different directions. So this one is back. Since I have 3, I'm going to want one that goes forward just a little bit, so that it kind of curls in towards the center. And then the other one, I think I'll just do straight, just do a slight curl to it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this one I'm going to curl back, but just slightly. Okay. Now these bigger ones, like this one, I would probably use that on the cover of a journal, or like this one for sure would be on the cover of the journal rather than inside. I mean, this one is actually pretty flat though. It actually is. Oops, that actually is pretty flat. So you could easily put that on the inside as a decoration too. But okay, since I got my glue out, let's go ahead and glue these together real quick. So that one's in the back, and then this one, I'm going to offset it again. Shut down. Add some more glue and add this one, offsetting it as well. This way. There we go. All right, now I'll let that one sit. Oh, that's already looking so pretty, just like that. Put a little gem in right there, and that's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to do this one. I think this one, okay, this one was, I forgot what I was doing. So, okay, this one and this one. I now pinch that one and that one together. Make sure that one's out of my way. I'm sorry, I have to hold it for a second just to make sure that it's going to stay. Okay, I'll do this one. This one. This would make a great project in front of the TV. You just go and punch all of your shapes out, um, and then you can just, sit in front of the TV and glue. That's all I'm doing now is just gluing after all the shapes. Okay, pinch that. I think I should have one more left here. And this one. Okay. And then we're just going to glue it into this one. As soon as it's, there we go. Add some glue. All right. And then we're going to add this little baby right into the center of this one. Now, like I said, the vellum does take a little bit longer to dry than the paper. Let me sit you down in there. Just like that. Okay. What do you guys think? Yeah, what do you guys think of that? I mean, you can come back and shape it. You can curl them more. You can add a little bit of glitter down in there. I really shape mine just a little bit more so that it, yeah, here we go. I like that. Can you guys see okay? I know my hand's almost the same color, so I don't really have anything. Yeah. Hopefully you can see it there. Okay, so we added that one. Let me quickly add the back piece to this. Let me finish this off. Okay, so now I have this, and what I want to do is I kind of want to run my thumb around and push down as I go, just like this, and you can see it's already spreading out. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Let me show you. Just use your thumbs, push, 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 till you get the exact shape that you are looking for here. There we go. I really like that look. Okay, now we're just going to glue this little thing on the back. Hopefully it's not too small. Maybe I should have done a bigger one. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of, so that you can kind of see it. Not really. You can kind of see it, but not really. It's kind of being hidden right there. So I guess I needed a bigger piece of green. You can kind of see it, especially if you're looking at it from the side. You can definitely see it, but it's just barely peeking out here and there. Okay, so okay, I'm kind of in love with that one. I cannot lie, I love it. Okay, so this is what it looks like whenever you kind of think outside of the box and use your tools in different ways. That's what the whole point of this was for me to show you how just thinking outside of the box a little bit with the dies that you have can really give you some different looks to your pieces, so that it's not always so cut and dry, so it's not just always the same flower. So you're not stuck with that. Even if you have one die, you can really just change it up. Yeah, so it can just really change how you're doing it, just by changing, um, taking a couple die punches, or you could even do something like a poke tool and just poke a bunch of holes in your, like this one. You could have just poked a whole bunch of holes in there and still given yourself a different look than what you originally started off having. Yeah. And so let me bring them back so you can see some of these lovelies. Let me know which one you like. Um, I love hearing from you guys, and I love all the lovely comments that you leave me. So I do try to respond to all of the comments. So I like actually having chats with you guys. All right, so yeah, that one just needs fluffed out just a hair more, I think. But otherwise, I think it's lovely too. So which one of these beauties do you guys, oops, forgot the big one. Forgot this one. Don't have a room for it, so you just have to look at it here. So which one do you guys like? Um, you can kind of just point to them or tell me in the comments section which one you like. You can describe it to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm glad you guys were with me, and think outside of the box, guys. Have a blessed day.